So I'm sure most of you know at this point that the Nether Update 1.16 is currently in pre-release, meaning Mojang is preparing for the actual release on both Java and Bedrock Edition. It's pretty crazy to think about it because we've been talking about the Nether Update for essentially 10 months now, ever since they introduced it during Minecon 2019. So things are beginning to wrap up, they're beginning to polish the update and finalize some bugs and issues and get it ready for the actual release date. Hopefully we'll know more about the release date this month, but I figured why not make a video focusing on the features and the content that unfortunately will not come to this update. Some of these are extremely popular. For whatever reason, Mojang just decided not to implement them into the Nether update, maybe due to time, maybe due to some other technical issues, but I want to focus on these amazing features in today's video. But before we actually get into the bulk of it, I do want to point this out. It doesn't mean I don't love the Nether update. I have to clarify things because I always see a couple comments saying, Stealth, why do you hate the Nether update? Why do you hate Mojang or Minecraft? Or they'll direct the hate towards the developers of the game. I don't want that either. I love the Nether update. It's my favorite update so far. I've already put over 200 hours into the beta, so I really am enjoying this update, and they introduced so many features. But the features I want to focus on in today's video might have you scratching your head as to why they would choose not to introduce them in the first place. So let me know what you guys think about the 1.16 update. What's your favorite feature so far? If you guys can do me a huge favor as well and destroy the like button for me. In fact, let's see if we can get over 22 likes in today's video. I know that's asking a lot, but absolutely crush it in today's video. Don't forget to hashtag Stealth Army as well, because I will be liking and favoriting some of the best comments in today's video. Now, let's kick things off with the Nether Fortress.
Oh yeah, don't worry, we are not touching Nether Fortresses. So if you have, that's actually a question I get a lot from community members who just found a Nether Fortress, and they're worried that, first of all, anything that you've already generated in the Nether, that you've already found, is not going to be touched, right? Except you may have Piglin spawn there, right?
World you've discovered will never be regenerated.
Right, right. So it'll be, you can't find these new biomes until you go to new places in the Nether that you haven't seen yet. But as for Nether Fortresses, they will continue to generate. They will continue to generate in the same pattern. Don't worry, we are not messing with Nether Fortresses. So
it's like the Colosseum.
So when I initially learned that they had no plans on updating the Nether Fortress, I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely confused. I'm pretty sure most of us were confused as to why Mojang would choose not to do that, considering how old the Nether Fortress is. It's ancient. I believe it's over 9 years old. It's literally almost as old as the Nether itself. And think about how much time we spend in the Nether Fortress grinding for blaze rods, grinding for the wither skeleton skulls, and just going through every single floor looking for the loot and treasure. So it just really confused and stunned me that they would choose not to update such an important structure in the Nether. However, they had plans on updating everything else. They had plans on updating the biomes, they had plans on updating the mobs and introducing new mobs. Let's not forget zombie pigmen, everybody. RIP zombie pigmen, that's officially zombified piglins now. They even updated the music in the Nether, which is just amazing. The music is just really immersive and makes you feel like you're in a movie at times. So well done to Mojang for just doing an amazing job on the music and the mobs and everything else in the Nether except the Nether Fortress. And I understand completely that they don't have time to improve and update everything. But they made this announcement last year. They told us they had no plans on updating the Nether Fortress in 2019. In fact, a few months, if not a month after Minecon, we knew that this was not going to happen. And it definitely has you questioning the entire development process at times. Like, how do they decide what should be included, what should be added? Because if it's community-based, then they would know that a lot of people, I'm not going to speak on everybody's behalf, but a lot of people wanted to see at least a couple improvements to the design of the Nether Fortress. I know some of you guys were recommending they add a treasure room, a boss floor, some dungeons, like a lot of cool and interesting things to the Nether Fortress. I wanted to see them do exactly what they did with the Village and Pillage update, where the Nether Fortress will reflect the biome that it's in. So just exactly how we saw with villages, the design would reflect the biome that it's in. If it's the savanna, the plains, if it's in the taiga biome, I wanted to see exactly that type of thing with the Nether Fortress. I think it would just add more to it. It would feel like it fits in, like it's a creation from the biome itself, instead of it just being copy and pasted. But unfortunately, it looks like they just didn't have the time, or they just didn't want to do it to begin with. Let me know how you guys feel about the Nether Fortress not being updated, but let's move on to the next one, which is no bosses in the Nether update, which in my opinion is definitely a missed opportunity.
Let's see. Duck Red says, do you guys planning on adding new bosses? Like, suggest them on the feedback site, feedback.minecraft.net. Let me put it right in here. Let's see. Fruix Unknown says, does that mean that losing mobs from the vote will never be added? At this point, we are saying that they will not be added. No, they will never be added. So that's okay.
So all of the clips you guys see in today's videos from Mojang, they used to stream every single day on their channel. I believe a couple months ago they stopped doing it due to the COVID-19, which is really sad and unfortunate. And Helen would answer a ton of questions. Questions she didn't even have to answer. She's just a very kind and very sweet person, so I don't want anybody directing hate toward her. She answers a ridiculous amount of questions at times on Twitter, on Instagram, I'm sure, as well as Reddit, Discord, and of course YouTube. So she's all over the place answering questions to the best of her ability. And it looks like at one point Mojang was considering introducing a boss in the Nether update, or at least they told us to go on to feedback and share our boss ideas. Unfortunately, that just never happened, and she did reply to this question on Twitter. Hi Helen, I know you don't usually spoil us on any info on what's coming next, but is there a possibility we could see a new boss? And this is a picture showcasing the Piglin chief, a Piglin boss of some sort, and he looks really cool. So Helen replied saying, not in 1.16, sorry. So Mojang definitely missed a big opportunity right here. For whatever reason, they just didn't have the time, or maybe they just didn't want to introduce a boss in this update. I'm not sure as to why, but they laid down the foundation, the groundwork for a really amazing boss. A Piglin chief, a Piglin leader or captain of some sort, because once they decided to introduce a new mob that's very similar to villagers and pillagers, that has a backstory of some sort. They love gold. They also eat hoglins as a food source. They don't like to hunt them to extinction though. It's more of an ecosystem. They live in the Bastion where they store a lot of their possessions as well as their gold. They hate wither skeletons and zombified piglins. So we know a lot about these creatures, but they don't have a leader. They don't have a boss. They don't have a captain of some sort. This almost sets itself up. Why wouldn't they want to do something like this? I feel like if Mojang had set a poll maybe 5 or 6 months ago asking the community some features and things we would like to see in the Nether update, probably number 1 or number 2 would have been a boss. But unfortunately, that's not happening in 1.16. But let's go ahead and talk about the final one in today's video, which I honestly could have made this a longer video, talking about more features we're not going to see in the Nether update. I'll let you guys discuss it down below. I honestly just wanted to focus on the really big and important ones, the ones that mean a lot to the community, and ultimately the ones that could have made a big difference in this update. Now, the final one is called Add Natural Events to the Nether. It's currently under review with over 1,368 votes, and here's the funny part. It's been on feedback for 2 years, everybody. This has been sitting here for 2 years, waiting for such an update like this, the 1.16 Nether update. And what makes this so sad and discouraging is that this is the website, the place that Mojang and the community managers tell us to go and share our ideas about things we want to see introduced in Minecraft. And this was just sitting here for 2 years, waiting for an update like the Nether. And it's a great idea as well. This is what Builder J has to say. In the overworld, we have rain, thunder, and snow. What do we have in the Nether? Nothing. I think there should be a rare natural occurrence in the Nether. Maybe sometimes it can be raining magma cubes, or maybe sometimes there can be wither skeleton horse traps. I would just like to see something that can uncommonly happen in the Nether, which is a fantastic idea. Builder J did what he was supposed to, or she was supposed to do, by sharing his or her idea on feedback like we're often told to, and it was such a good idea it's under review, and unfortunately they just decided not to include it in this update. It literally could have changed every single biome that we discover, that we explore in some shape or form. So clearly feedback still has some improvements to make, and we can get into that in a separate video. I honestly have some ideas myself. Let me know what you guys think about all of the ideas and features we discussed in today's video. Out of the 3, which one would you guys like to see in the 1.16 update? Thanks again for the support. Notification Squad, y'all are the best, and I'll catch you all in the next video. So take care, everyone. Peace.